The thunder of atmospheric entry engines broke through the deep zone's harmonics like a sledgehammer through crystal. Kale looked up through the amphitheater's impossible geometry to see core transports descending in perfect formation, dozens of them, their hulls blazing with re-entry fire that should have been invisible from this depth. But the deep zone bent physics like light through a prism, making the impossible routine. Multiple military signatures detected. Classification: heavy deployment pattern. Recommendation: immediate evasion. Too late for running, Elena observed, checking her rifle's charge levels with practiced calm. They've got us boxed in from above. The transports landed with precision that spoke of extensive deep zone experience. Hallam's forces had done this before. Deployment ramps dropped with mechanical efficiency, disgorging equipment that Kale recognized with growing dread. Stasis pods. Harvesting machines. The same apparatus he'd seen in Sub-Level 9, but portable now, ruggedized for field operations. And walking down the primary transport's ramp came Director Ilara Hallam herself. She'd shed any pretense of civilian authority. Full combat gear, military-grade resonance amplifiers, and a confidence that made the impossible terrain around them seem like nothing more than an interesting tactical problem. Behind her marched soldiers whose equipment hummed with frequencies that made Kale's fragment recoil. Fragment suppression gear, Ghost identified, her form growing more solid as proximity to the specialized equipment forced her partially back into normal reality. They've weaponized the dampening technology. Hallam's voice carried across the amphitheater with artificial amplification. Fragment bearers. I'm Director Ilara Hallam, Special Research Division. You're interfering with a sanctioned core operation. Petrov's screens flickered with data streams as the archive processed her words. Classification: hostile acquisition target. Recommendation: immediate defensive measures. But Hallam wasn't finished. A speaker drone detached from her equipment and floated toward them, its transmission cutting through the deep zone's interference with perfect clarity. The Core Council has authorized Operation Convergence under emergency protocols. The dimensional barrier must be restored, and we have the means to do so. Her image appeared on the drone's projection surface, composed and certain. All fragments will be consolidated into a single bearer for maximum efficiency, then extracted using approved harvesting protocols. Kale felt ice flood his veins as understanding hit him. You want to force all 7 fragments into one person. Correct. You've already demonstrated superior integration stability, Cadet Morrow. The process will be uncomfortable, but brief. Sable's hard light constructs blaze to life around her. You're talking about murder. I'm talking about preventing the extinction of human consciousness, Hallam replied without emotion. The barrier requires a specific type of quantum foundation. 7 fragments, unified and extracted at peak resonance, provide exactly what we need. Elena moved to a defensive position behind crystal formations that offered cover from the approaching soldiers. And the host? Will be honored posthumously for their contribution to humanity's survival. The casual way she said it, as if Kale's death were already a foregone conclusion, made his fragment pulse with indignant fury. They think you're expendable, the frequency observed. A temporary housing for something more valuable. Ren's scanner was going insane as it tried to process the approaching equipment. They've got signal scramblers, resonance dampeners, and something I'm reading as a localized reality anchor. They're planning to turn this place normal enough for their tech to work. Time differential stabilizing, Elena reported, checking her chronometer. Whatever they're doing, it's dragging us back into standard time flow. The speaker drone drifted closer, Hallam's projected face regarding them with clinical interest. I'm prepared to offer terms. Surrender Cadet Morrow willingly, and the rest of you will be returned to standard core custody. Resist, and we'll take him anyway, but not all of you will survive the extraction process. Fragment 5's crystalline growths began spreading faster, tapping deeper into the deep zone's substrate. Fragment 6 became even more absent, existing as a person-shaped void that hurt to perceive directly. The convergence was accelerating in response to the threat, all 7 fragments drawn together by forces beyond individual will. Reflex mirrors showed multiple probability cascades, most ending with Kale in a harvesting pod while his consciousness was systematically stripped away to fuel Hallam's barrier reconstruction. "What's your answer, cadet?" Hallam's voice carried no doubt about the outcome. "Will you come willingly?" Sable stepped forward, her golden constructs shifting into weapon configurations. When she spoke, her voice carried absolute certainty. "Here's our answer." Her hardlight spear materialized and punched through the speaker drone center, reducing Hallam's projection to sparking fragments. In the sudden silence that followed, Kale heard the distinctive whine of military-grade resonance suppressors powering up. The war for Earth's future had just begun,